So this is set 4 of our time and work discussion, and this is the last set. Okay, so we were discussing a lot of concepts related to time and work, and I hope now you have a complete idea about what all things we have discussed. So we started off with a percentage approach, right? So you already know the conventional approach in solving the question. So we have introduced a percentage approach. Then we have seen various patterns, right, where efficiencies are equal. Then we have seen where efficiencies are different. Then we have seen the cases where efficiencies are equal within a group but more than two groups exist. Then we have seen certain cases where people are coming and joining in between, right? We have seen the concept of negative work. We have seen the concept of product constancy rule. Then we have seen some specific cases like A work X days more than A plus B working together. B take Y days more than A plus B working together. Then A plus B working together will take root XY days, that we have seen. Then we have seen the case, specific case like construction of a wall where the length, breadth and the height of the wall is given as work, and number of men, the time in which each person is working per day, and the number of days it took to complete the work is given, and based on that they will ask you questions. Okay, so all these patterns we have covered. Now we are going to look at some of the other questions which we are left out, and with that our discussion will be complete. Okay, now let's suppose A take 10 days to complete the work. Okay, B take 20 days to complete the work. C take 5 days to complete the work. Okay, so or 25 days to complete the work. So from this what you understand is A will do 10% in one day, B will do 5% in one day, and C will do 4% in one day, right? That's what you understand. Now if all the three working together, 19% is one day. Okay, 19% of the work is done in one day. If two are working, 15. If this two are working, 9. If this two are working, 14. So different combinations, and based on this combination you can get questions. Okay, so let's suppose there are only two persons, A and B. Okay, now the question can be A and B started the work. Okay, and they will work for few days, and after few days, let's suppose n days, and after n days B left. Okay, then how many days A took to complete the work? So what how will you solve that question? This is one pattern. Okay, so A and B working for, let's suppose, 4 days together, then B left, then how many days A worked alone, or it took how many days to complete the work in total. So basically A and B working means 15% they will do together. When they work for 4 days, 60% is completed. When B left, 40% is left out. That 40% is going to be done by A alone. A can do 10%. So to do 40%, A will take 4 days. So how many days A alone worked? 4 days. How many days it took to complete the work? 8 days, because the first 4 days also need to be added. Okay. Now what will be the second pattern in this? A and B started work. Okay, now instead of A and B, I can tell you A and C, or I can tell you B and C. Then B left after n days. B left after n days. I can tell you A left also. Okay. Then what will happen? C joins in. C joins in. Okay. So if you see after n days, B left. So till n days, A plus B working. Then after n days, A plus C is working. So when you do A plus B, you know 15% of the work will be done in one day. Okay. Then when you see A plus C, they will do 14% in one day. So what we need to see is after how many days B left. So here when I say n, 15% into n, that much is completed. Then you need to see how much left out. That will be done by this. So if I tell you n is 4, so 60% is completed when B left. Now how much is left out? 40% is left out, and this 40% is going to be done by A and C together. But A and C can do 14% in one day. So in 2 days, 28%, and 3 days if they take together, 42, but that's not required. So you'll get fractions. It's like 2.8 or 8 or something. So it is exactly 40 divided by 14. And from the options you need to pick the correct answer. Or again within this, instead of A, B, C, I can tell you if it is a pipes and system question, pipe 1, pipe 2 and pipe 3. And I tell you initially pipe 1 was opened for 1 hour, then pipe 2 was opened. Okay, then again pipe 1, then again pipe 2, okay, or pipe 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, so I can make questions just like that. So both are same only. Instead of ABC as 3%, here P1, P2, P3 as 3 pipes. And in this P3 can be leak also, or the outlet pipe. And here C can be doing a negative work, like A and B constructing a wall, C demolishing a wall. Here P1 and P2 are filling the tanks, P3 is emptying the tank. Based on this also you'll get question. Okay, so any question that is made by anyone, you will be in a position to solve if you know all these concepts clearly. Okay, so if you want one example, I give you a practical question. Let's suppose a person A, now A can be anyone, okay, you can give different names. A can do a work in 18 days, okay, B can do a work in 9 days, okay. So here, in fact, I just need to tell you A can do 18 days and I tell you B is twice efficient to A. So automatically you will get this as 9 days. So that is one other way in which I can tell you 9 days without telling you directly. And C can finish a work in 6 days. Okay, C can finish a work in 6 days. Now I can give you different stories like I have given you in the previous case. A and B started working together, B left after some time, or A left after some time, C joins in, or whatever it is, right? It's just a matter of knowing who were working together, who left, after how many days left, etc. Then it is easy to solve. So let's start making a question with this information. So here let me make a question like this. A and B started working together. Now in the previous case I told you B left after 4 days or 2 days, or right? But here I am not telling you that B left. Rather I am just bringing in C. So A and B working for 2 days. Okay. Then nobody is going to leave. A and B and C working for rest of the days. So if I tell you this also, then it is easy to know how many days it took to complete the work. So I cannot ask you that question. So if I am not telling this, I can obviously ask you how many days it took to complete the work. Or I can ask you how many days 3 people worked together, then this is answer. Or I can ask you how many days C worked, then this is answer. But if I ask you how many days it took to complete the work, then this plus this is answer. So these are the ideas that you need to be understood. Okay, so let's see A plus B working together. What is going to happen? So here A will complete the work in 18 days, means in 1 day. What percentage? 5.55. Now how will you write this 5.55? Because you know 1 by 9 is 11.11. So 1 by 18 is half of 11.11, right? So 5.55. So 9 here 9 days means 11.11. Okay, and 6, it is clear that 16.66. Why? Or how you are writing this? It's actually 100 by 6. You know 100 by 3 is 33.3. So 100 by 6 is 16.6. Now here I don't think you will take much time or any problem in calculation. See here you may think that 100 by 18. But you see, if you know 100 by 3, everything else can be solved here. If you know 100 by 3, you will get automatically what is 100 by 6. So 100 by 3 is 33.33. So you got 100 by 6, half of it. Okay, then see, you already know 100 by 3, so you get 100 by 9 because it's 1 by 3rd of it, so 11.11. Now once you got 100 by 9, that is 11.11, 100 by 18 will be half of that, so that is 5.55. So without any problem you will get all these values in percentage. That may be the only difficult step that you are thinking, but in this way that also is made very easy. Okay, so now if you look here, let's see A and B working together for 2 days. A and B 2 days, how much they do? A will do 5.55, B will do 11.11. So A and B means 16.66. They do 16.66 in 1 day. So in 2 days into 2. So they will do 33.33 in 2 days. So first 2 days is completed, 33.33% of the work by A and B. Now what is going to happen? C is going to join them. So when C is joining them, what is the work done in 1 day? 33.33, right? Why? Because 5.55, 11.11, 16.66 all together 33.33. Now how much is over already? 33.33 is over. How much is left out? 66.67 is left out. And to do this 66.67, A, B, C, if they are working together, they complete 33.33 in 1 day. So how many days required to complete 66.67? 2 days. So initially 2 days A and B worked, then 2 days A, B, C have worked, completed the work. So how many days it took to complete the work? 4 days. How many days it took to complete the work? 4 days. That is the first question. Second question, how many days A, B and C worked together? That is 2 days. How many days C worked in this case? It is again 2 days. I hope this is clear for all of you. Nobody will ask you how many days A and B work because that is given in the question directly. Okay, now in this case what you have seen is people are working simultaneously. They are working together, A and B together, then C also joining, so all are working together. Now instead of working simultaneously, you will see people are working alternatively. That's a different case. And not only people are working alternatively, the pipes are opened alternatively. Okay, so what kind of questions? It's like A will work for first 2 days, okay, then B will work for next 2 days or 3 days, then C will complete the work, or C will work till the completion. Then how many days it took to complete the work? That is also a question. Or pipe A is opened for 2 hours, pipe B is opened for 2 hours, and C is opened till the tank is filled. How many hours C worked, or how many hours C opened, or how many hours it took to fill the tank, etc. So here if you see, none of them are working together. It's alternatively, right? So if I give you a question like this, I take an example of pipes and cistern. You have a pipe 1, P1, okay, and P1 fills the tank in 8 hours. P1 fills the tank in 8 hours, and P2 will fill the tank in 12 hours. Okay, so 2 pipes, they fill the tank in 12 hours. Now, they are not working together. I'm not going to open them together. What I'll do is I'll do it alternatively. I'll start with pipe 1 and then pipe 2, then pipe 1, then pipe 2, like that. So I need to fix a time period. So first 1 hour, pipe 1. Next 1 hour, pipe 2. Next 1 hour, third hour, pipe 1, fourth hour, pipe 2, fifth hour, pipe 1, sixth hour, pipe 2. So every odd number of hours, pipe 1, even number of hour, pipe 2. So if I continue like this, how much time it take to fill the tank? So P1 can fill in 8 hours, P2 in 12 hours, okay. So, but if I am doing like this, first hour P1, second hour P2, now I can bring a P3 also as a negative work. Like first hour I'll open P1, then P2, then I'll open the outlet pipe also. I hope this is clear. Okay, we'll discuss about that after this. Okay, so here I am taking these numbers, slightly difficult numbers, to explain the question as well as the concept. With that it's over. This model is over, this pattern is over, and the preparation is also over. There is no need to solve other questions. Okay, so if you see P1, I hope you understood the question, right? They are not working simultaneously, they are working alternatively. Now, see, P1 can fill the tank in 8 hours. That means in 1 hour. In 1 hour, what percentage will be filled? So you need to know 100 by 8. Okay, do you think that this calculation is difficult? No, you will actually get 12.5. How we are getting it? How to make the calculation easier? All of you know 100 by 4. So that is 25. So 100 by 8 will be half of 25, that is 12.5. That's it. That's the way you need to do the calculation. Don't think of 100 by 8 directly. Think it indirectly and make the calculation faster. Same way, here you need to do 100 by 12. You know 100 by 6? Why? Because you know 100 by 3. What is 100 by 3? 100 by 3 is 33.3. Now 100 by 12 means either you can take 1 by 4th of it or take half of it. You will get 100 by 6. So that is 16.6. So 100 by 6 is 16.6. 100 by 12 will be half of 16.6. That means 8.3. So I can write it as 8.33 in 1 hour. Okay. Now, so this is in percentage, this is in percentage. Now let's see. First 1 hour P1 is open. So in the first hour 12.5 is filled. Second hour P2 is open, 8.33 is filled. So after 2 hours how much is filled? 20.83 is filled. Okay, third and fourth are the same application. So 20.83 into 2 or another 20.83. Fifth and sixth are also same. Seventh and eighth hour is also same. Okay, so that means after 8th hour, if you need to see, just multiply by 4. Because 2 hour means 20.83. So 8 means, see, 2 hour 20.83. 8 hour, here you need to multiply by 4. So multiply by 4. What do you get? 83.33% of the tank is filled. Now, what is going to happen? Odd number of hour, 9th hour. Which pipe will be open? P1. So P1 will fill how much? 12.5. So how much will be filled? Or, see, as of now, 83.33 is filled, right? How much is required to be filled now? If you see 16.66 is what you need to fill now, 16.67. Okay, so this is what you need to fill now. 16.67. Which pipe is going to open? This one, P1. So that will fill 12.5. So once that is over, how much is left out? 4.1, right? 4.17 or approximately 4 or 4.17 to be precise. Okay. Now, which pipe is going to open? P2. P2 will fill 8.33 in 1 hour. But we don't want 8.33, we just need half of it. So how much time it will take? 30 minutes. We take 30 minutes. Okay. So answer for this question is 8, that we know. Okay. Because to fill 83.33%, 8 hours, then 12.5, that means 9 hours, then 30 minutes. So 9 hour 30 minute is the time taken to fill the tank if they are working alternately starting from P1. Now what they can do is they can tell you that the pipe was opened at 7 a.m. Okay, and when, by what time it will be filled. Okay, so you need to calculate 9 hours 30 minutes from here. 7, 10, 11, 12, like that. I hope this is clear for all of you. Now in the same case, how can you bring a negative work? See, A will complete a work in 10 hours or 10 days. B will complete in 5 hours. Okay, and C will demolish in 20 hours. If I put it as a pipes and system, P1 will fill the tank in 10 hours, P2 in 5 hours, P3 will empty in 20 hours. So in 1 hour, 10% by P1 or A, by P2 or B by 20%, and P3 will empty 5%. Now the question is, starting from A, okay, every alternate hour you will change. So P1 will be open, P2 will be open, P3 will be open. In the first hour P1, second hour P2, third hour P3. So in the first hour what is going to happen? 10% is filled. Second hour, how much? 20% is filled. Third hour, 5% emptied. So after third hour what is happening? After third hour, see, after the completion of third hour, 25% of the tank is filled. Now, see, you may think that to fill this is 100 is what you need, so into 4, so 12 hour. Don't make this mistake, this is not correct. Why it is not correct? I'll show you, okay? So I hope you understood. After 3 hour, 25%. Next 3 hour, 50%. Next 3 hours, 75%. You can do up to 75 like that. So if you multiply here by 3, you get 75, here by 3, you get 9 hours. So after 9 hours, 75% is filled. Now 10th hour, what is going to happen? 10th hour, pipe 1 is going to open. Okay, so as of now 75% is covered or filled. Now 10th hour 10 more percentage is covered or filled. That means 85% is filled after 10 hour. 11th hour what is going to happen? This pipe, the pipe which is filling 20%. So if you open it for 11 hour completely, you will in fact fill 105%. That's not possible. We need 100%, right? So what you need is 15% is what you're supposed to fill. But your pipe, see, B will fill 20%. So we don't want that pipe to be opened for 1 hour. In fact, we need 15%, okay? So we need 3 by 4th of the 1 hour. So 3 by 4th of 1 hour means 60 minutes. What is 3 by 4? 45 minutes. So we just need 45 minutes. So answer for this question is, I hope you understood, 9 hour plus 1 hour here, that is 10. 10 hour, 45 minutes. I hope you understood why it is not 12 hours. Because if you do otherwise just like this, here it is 4, here it is also 4. You may mark it wrongly as 12 hour and the first option will be 12 hour. But in fact it is 10 hour 45 minutes. One more example, see, you have there is a well, okay. This was a question which I have seen in some of the previous paper. So there is a well, okay. So what you can do is you can assume the height as 100% because everything is given in 100%. There is a frog in the well, and what the frog will do is, in the morning he will try hard to come out of the well and he will climb 10% in the morning, and in the night what happens is he sleeps 5%. Okay, and this happens every day. Morning 10% he'll climb, but evening or night he sleeps 5%. So effectively morning evening combined, what percentage he is coming out? 5%. Okay, but how much? And 5% in 1 day. Okay, so 100% in how many days the question? So what you do, you will multiply by 20 here. So you may think that this is 20, but this is not correct. Just like what we have seen in the previous case, right? So what you need to do here is up to 90 if you want, you can do like this. So you can multiply by 18 here, so you get 90 here, multiply by 18. So after 18 days, he will complete, so after 18 days, he will complete 90%. That's for sure. 19th day morning, what happens? He complete 10% and he'll come out of the well. So 19th day morning, he'll come out of the well. There is no possibility of thinking about evening. Don't think about evening and 20th day. So he's already come out of the well. So the question is, on what day he'll come out of the well? It is on the 19th day, not 20th day, just like the previous question. I hope this is clear, so don't make this mistake. Do up to the one step before you can do like multiplication, but last step you need to do it manually in this kind of question when people working alternately or pipes working alternately, or the situation can be different like this also. Now, one last and simple question. With that, I want to complete this lecture. So I'll give you possible questions from that. Okay. See, let me take a question like this. A can do a piece of work in 10 days and B will do this in 12 days. Okay. So just a story like this. Now the moment I see 10 days, I know this is 10% A will do in 1 day. 12 days means, we know 1 by 6 is 16.6. So 12 day means 8.33. So B will do 8.33. Just before you have seen this, how will you do this 12? 1 by 12 or 100 by 12? We know 100 by 3 is 33.3, 100 by 6 is 16.6, 100 by 12 is half of 16.6, that is 8.3. Now I can make any question and I am sure that you will be in a position to solve. So I am not going to solve here, I will give you the questions and you can also think about these possibilities, and these are the possibilities that anyone can make. Okay, so the first question, they are working together. How many days it will take to complete the work? Very simple, working together means 18.33 in 1 day. So to do 100%, 100 by 18.33, look at the options, you can mark it. Or 100 by 9, that is 11.11. 100 by 18 will be half of it, 5.55. So since this is 0.33 more, something less than 5.55, but obviously greater than 5 because 100 by 20 is 5. So somewhere close to 5.45 is what you are going to mark here. Don't think too much, okay? If you think you'll make mistake, but just mark like this. Second, you are working alternately. Here you have seen working simultaneously. So you are working alternately starting with A. So A will start, so 10% in 1 day, 8.33 in 2nd day, 3rd day, so 18.33 in 2 days. Now you apply the method that we have discussed. There is no point in wasting time here. Third question, you do like this, alternatively itself and starting with B. So first day 8.33, second day 10, like that. Only the last step is different because effectively in 2 days, in the first case also 18.33, second case also 18.33. Towards the end there will be a difference. Okay, next question can be, A leaves after 2 days, end day. Basically A can leave after 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, whatever it is. Okay. Similarly, B leaves after 2 days. Just for the sake of this question, I am giving you 2 days. Otherwise, you can mark it as a question as n days. The method remains the same. Okay. Or I can also give you in this way. A leaves 2 days before the work is completed. Okay. 2 days before the work is completed. Or I tell you, B leaves 2 days before the work is completed. This is the info. Find how many days they work together. Or how many days the work is completed. So these are the questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just making questions. Anyone can do this. Now what else I can do is I can bring in another person C. C will do a negative work. Okay. C will demolish and C will demolish in 20 days. Or C will empty the tank in 20 days. We have discussed it. So in 1 day 5%. Okay. So now the same questions I can ask in different way. A, B, C working together. Okay, alternately starting with A, alternately starting with B, like that also. Okay, so all possibilities have been taken care, I hope. Now I hope all of you understood this time and work completely.